Well, last Monday, the North Carolina State Board of Elections approved a series of emergency measures to ensure victims of Hurricane Helene can vote in this upcoming election.
The provisions allow 13 counties to modify early voting and election day voting sites to accommodate local conditions.
Now, State Elections Director Karen Brinson Bell says every county will have at least one early voting site open, but road damage may make it hard to get there. The counties that are covered by the emergency resolution are Ashe, Avery, Buncombe, Haywood, Henderson, Madison, McDowell, Mitchell, Polk, Rutherford, Transylvania, Watauga, and Yancey counties.
Now, in all of those counties, the Bipartisan County Elections Board can choose to make voting laws more flexible, of course, to respond to the disaster, like making it easier to vote by mail or sending voter assistance teams to relief center shelters.
We will continue to make voting accessible to the voters. And whether we need four-wheelers, horses, or helicopters, this disaster highlights the need for consistency in our work and making sure that we get to the locations that the voters expect us to be.
And Bell adding that there are a total of nearly 300 early and election day voting sites within those counties listed.
She couldn't say yet how many will be usable because they're working on workarounds like heavy-duty tents.
It may be that a site is no longer usable because it was damaged in the storm, or perhaps it's being used for emergency purposes. We may be still able to use that lot, that parking lot, that land to erect a temporary facility and still be able to use the site, be it a temporary facility to hold voting in, be it temporary restrooms, be it generators, whatever their needs are. We have been told that those will be fulfilled.
Now, Bell said they are working with federal and state emergency management to make sure voting sites have everything they need.
Under the new measures, voters can request and receive an absentee ballot in person until November 4th. Relatives or legal guardians will also be able to hand deliver those ballots to another county board of elections office until Election Day. Now, Dane, what an unprecedented time in history with this presidential election. I mean, we saw President Joe Biden step down. We saw Kamala Harris come in for that next runner up for, president. Now we see two unprecedented hurricanes hit, and now we have this issue of trying to figure out voting these ballots. Just a lot to juggle right now in this election.
Definitely so. And it's interesting to see, as we mentioned, that they're extending the day that people can request an absentee ballot, no doubt because of all of that damage. Western North Carolina can be rural in a lot of areas, and so when a location is damaged or unusable, the next voting location may be some distance away. So to provide those rides to people that need those, other options of having those election offices move to some of those relief centers, that's an interesting factor as well.
Yeah, now I think it's going to be interesting to kind of follow how this all works out. We're just about 3 weeks away now from Election Day, and a lot of stuff, again, I said unprecedented times, a lot of stuff to figure out, a lot of the nuts and bolts to figure out to get everyone voting in the midst of this disaster.
And of course, in that key battleground state of North Carolina.